Welcome back to another tutorial. This time we're going to be talking about tool shelves. This might seem like a weird tutorial, but I'm becoming increasingly aware that people don't know what these are, why they're there, or how they work. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to drop over into Smooth POV very quickly because you guys need to see my hands for this. So you'll see this tool shelf here. It's like a shard of glass. They are positioned on your avatar using tool shelf anchors. You can find out more about that in another tutorial video I have created, but you'll see here tool shelf anchor, and that determines where it's anchored to on your body here. So if you move this around, it'll move them. You cannot move these along. These are generated automatically by the tool shelf anchor. So on an occupied avatar, so for example, if I go and I spawn myself again, there I am, and we inspect my wrist here, you'll see tool shelf anchor, and that's it. So just position that, don't position anything underneath it. So that is the tool shelves and how they're positioned. Next, let's go over how to use them. So I see a lot of users who use multi-tools, and you must be aware from various things that I'm not a multi-tool user. Let me drag this first person offset back a little bit. There we go. You must be aware that I don't use them, and the reason I don't use them is because I find tool shelves faster. So let's say that you're in a world and you've spawned out your logic tips and you develop a tooltip and you want to use your tools. If you go ahead and equip the tool once, it's now equipped. Aim it at the tool shelf, click, and it de-equips and goes to the tool shelf. If I click it again, it re-equips it. This process, to me, is faster than the equip menu. It's faster than the old double tap to grip, and it's faster than multi-tools, and I'll show you why. Let me equip this Logix tooltip and then also put it on my shelf. And now let's say I want to swap between dev tip and Logix tip. Just click the tip and it swaps between them. So I do this sometimes. I'm like, hey, I want to see the fastest multi-tool in the West. It is so fast. Compared to like context menus or shaking or double tapping, I just find that faster. In fact, those who know me well or watch me build, you'll often see that I end up with a tool shelf that's quite long, and that is a function of me just being even faster. I'll lengthen it a little bit, and that means that I don't even have to move this hand. I get that lazy. I can just go between these tools here, like this, without my hand being anywhere in them. So there you go, that is tool shelves and how you use them, and I do recommend using them. Oh, you can also put other stuff on tool shelves. You can put like 3D models on there if you want. So sometimes I do that for various reasons. What we've got here? Here's a companion cube. I can go ahead and I can drop that onto the tool shelf and carry that around. I will do that sometimes with stuff that I need. A common one I do it with is like sound effects. So let's say here we have a sound effect. I can just drop it on the tool shelf and carry it around. Any tool should go there. That is tool shelves. Another common question that we have on tool shelves is how to hide them or make them invisible for certain users. So that's really easy to do. If you just go up to where the tool shelf anchor is here, you'll see that there is an active checkbox. If you just turn this off, they turn invisible. So what I recommend you do there is if you go to transform drivers, value user override bool, then you can drag the active into target here, and you'll see that they turn off. If you check this create override on right, and then pulse this active checkbox, then it will create an entry for you, and now you can see that they're on, and everyone else will see them off. And what that means is that everyone else, when they look at me when I'm talking to them, they will see this. They won't see anything, but I will see this, and that's what lets me sort of pull tools out of thin air. I don't often do that on this avatar because I use this avatar a lot for tutorials or building, so people know that I'm not I'm not intentionally making this tool shelf big. I'm just doing it because I'm building. But on other avatars, I will default them to off there. You can also just do this or turn them off manually if you want to hide them completely. I don't advise that though. If you really do start using them when you're building, you'll find that there are so many uses for them. Their uses are so varied when you just realize how fast they are. This works with any number of tools. Fastest multi-tool in the West. Another thing that I have encouraged other people to do when they think about them is where they're positioned. So you can see here that when I put my hand flat, they disappear into my cuff. right? So I have to flex the hand down to see them. And I find that really cool as well, because it means that if it is small, by default, I don't even see it, right? It's only if I flex the hand up that I get it there, or if it's big and long, and then I can see them. I find that also cool, because it hides my tool shelves in my cuffs, so it's kind of cool. I will see you next time. I do hope that is helpful. I know it was basic, but people didn't know what they were or how to use them, so now there's a video record. Bye-bye.